Ros-Lehtinen, and the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Deutsch. Each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on this measure.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentlelady is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When Elie Wiesel passed away this past July, the world lost one of its greatest champions of human rights and a tireless and powerful force against tyranny, against hate, against intolerance. This resolution honors Elie Wiesel's life, his work, his legacy, and it extends our deepest sympathies to his family and reaffirms his efforts to learn from the lessons of the past in order to prevent another Holocaust. I want to thank my good friend, my colleague Steve Israel, as well as Patrick Meehan and my Florida colleague Ted Deutsch for their leadership in bringing this resolution forward, as well as Chairman Royce and Ranking Member Engel for their leadership in shepherding it through the Foreign Affairs Committee and now here to the House floor. I was proud to work with Elie Wiesel on a number of issues over the years, including raising awareness about the Holocaust and the rise of anti-Semitism, as well as other human rights issues. And I was honored to present the Congressional Gold Medal to the Dalai Lama alongside Mr. Wiesel in the year 2007. Elie Wiesel had himself been awarded the Gold Medal in 1984, as well as the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the Nobel Peace Prize, and many other awards and honorary degrees. A survivor of Auschwitz and Buchenwald, Elie Wiesel helped reveal the ugly truth about the atrocities that took place at Nazi concentration camps, detailing his experiences in one of his best-read books entitled Night. In that book, Elie Wiesel explained why he dedicated his life to Holocaust awareness, saying that to forget, quote, would be not only dangerous, but offensive. To forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time, end quote. Mr. Wiesel warned about what happens when the world is silent in the face of evil, saying that, quote, we must take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. Sometimes we must interfere, end quote. Elie Wiesel was never afraid to interfere, raising his voice when others were silent in order to remind us again and again that human suffering, wherever and whenever it occurs, cannot and must not be ignored. Whether it was genocide in Sudan, the plight of Tibetans suffering under the communist regime in Beijing, or warning against the mullahs in Iran who continue to say that Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth, Elie Wiesel was always there to speak out against tyranny. He was committed to ensuring that the oppressed and the suffering knew that they are not alone, that those without freedom, that those without human rights are not being ignored and are not forgotten by the outside world. Elie Wiesel's legacy will endure as a reminder that people must never be ignored, that we must learn from the past, and that we must never be silent. I urge my colleagues to pass this resolution, and I